Hey everybody, what's going on today? On the segment we get to talk about Batman. Today we're going to be talking about the latest animated release from Warner Brothers Animation, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. In an alternative Victorian age Gotham City, Batman must stop the elusive Jack the Ripper before he kills another of the city's citizens. First things first, if you're looking for an exact adaptation of the original graphic novel, you're probably going to be a little disappointed. That being said, if you're okay with a loose adaptation, you're probably going to like this one better. While both stories have their strengths and weaknesses, as more of a Batman story, I kinda like the animated movie better. While the graphic novel did have Bruce Wayne, Jim Gordon, Alfred, and teased other characters existing, the animated movie brought more of Gotham to the story. Along with Wayne, Gordon, and Alfred, Selina Kyle, Harvey Dent, and others also make appearances. To no surprise, Selina Kyle is a strong female character that kinda makes herself the protector of women in Gotham, plus also to no surprise she develops feelings for Bruce Wayne. Harvey Dent is Gotham's prosecuting attorney who, despite being longtime friends with Bruce Wayne, also is pretty self-centered and jealous of his friend. Hugo Strange is the main doctor at Arkham Asylum and teases he knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Pamela Isley is a woman who grew up in the same orphanage as Bruce Wayne. Now, while she does go by the name Ivy, it's her stripper name, not a supervillain one. There's also appearances by Barbara Eileen Gordon, Jim's wife, not daughter, Harvey Bullock, and not one, not two, but three Robins, Dickie, Jason, and Timmy. Well, we all know that you can't have a good Batman story, without a good Batman. So, how did this movie's Batman hold up? While Bruce Greenwood is an actor that I really like and I felt like he did a pretty good job as Batman, I think he came off a little older than the movie's story called for. In both the comic and this movie, Batman is pretty new to the whole Caped Crusader thing, so he is probably pretty young. Greenwood is in his early 60s and it does reflect in his voice. However, since this Batman does seem to be a bit outclassed, especially up against Jack the Ripper, I just tried to imagine him as an older Batman that may have lost a step, and it worked for me. Another sign of a good Batman story is the mystery surrounding our hero. So, does Batman Gotham by Gaslight deliver the detective goods? For me, the answer for the most part is yes. While I would have liked a few more twists and turns for Batman to follow, the story gives Batman a few suspects to investigate, and this keeps things interesting and a bit twisted. I would have loved to have seen them include the same possible Joker character from the comic. The Joker's possible first name is Jack after all, and maybe another adapted Batman villain to give the story a few more possible leads for Batman to follow. An actor named Basil Karlo, a sophisticated doctor named Victor Fries, or a shady businessman named Oswald Cobblepot would have fit in just nicely to this movie's world. While I know that Warner Brothers probably wanted to keep this movie at a manageable runtime, I would have been okay with the idea of them splitting it up like they did The Dark Knight Returns. That movie as a whole, by the way, is still one of the best Batman movies that Warner Brothers has ever produced, so you should check it out. For this one, for fans of the original source material, I do have to say that the changes that they made to the overall story, especially the identity of Jack the Ripper, will probably come as a pretty big shock. Me, I thought it worked pretty well. It gives a pretty big twist on the entire Batman mythos. Now, while Batman Gotham by Gaslight isn't one of the best animated features that Warner Brothers has produced, it's still a pretty good one. Despite its flaws, it is interesting to see a Batman that is not the invincible Dark Knight. While he does have a little bit, he doesn't have all the technology that sometimes makes Batman's job kinda easy. Plus, Jack the Ripper is a very formidable foe for this Caped Crusader, and it is always interesting to see how any Batman handles an enemy that is better than him. I do think fans of the original source material might be a little torn about how they feel about this one. I feel that the more you can step away from the original story and have fun with the Gotham you were given, the more I think you'll enjoy it. Now, I probably wouldn't suggest that you buy Batman Gotham by Gaslight. That being said, as a fan of Batman, I would suggest it for a rental because it is a pretty good adaptation of a really good comic book. As always, thank you so much for watching. What did you think of Batman Gotham by Gaslight? Feel free to comment on it down in the section below. Till next time, I'm Gino Reynolds from The Real Gino.